Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, I got rather confused about what I was doing next. Not in terms of where to go in the plot, but more so just trying to figure out when I'm doing certain things like database updates and all this other stuff. So, first things first. Even though the shop outside the Archon Cathedral only contains the items that you have available without the secret shop, this one for some reason has the items that are available with the secret shop. I'm not sure why, but that seems to be the case. So there you go. If you need to, buy another enhanced ring or something like that, there it is. Secondly, the specific area that I was talking about last time that I recalled missing, that was an area in Milsha, and I will throw up a little clip on the side of the screen here, but you're not missing any items. I went back there in between episodes, and even though it makes no sense because when we went there the first time, we were running away from where we were to get to that opening, that's actually the opening that you come out of when you head the opposite way. It's kind of confusing, but basically you're not missing any items from it. So those are the two important things I wanted to kind of talk about. Now, the other thing is, when am I going to do a database episode where it's probably going to take a whole episode just to go through all the different things in the database? Not yet. There's one more boss fight that we're going to take on that has a significant impact on and this will wrap up another story. It's not technically a chapter of the story, but it kind of covers a good chunk of the plot. And so once we do that, I think we get another update after that. Plus, that's a good time to leave this area. There's a shortcut out. So we're going to take that shortcut out. We're going to do a database update at that point. We'll go through some of that. We're going to take on the two optional bosses. Then we're going to come back. Okay, so we figured this out. Anyway, after we got the items and the final update file at the end of the corridor in the last episode, we can head up here. Actually, yes, no? I believe this one was unlocked, was it not? No, this one is still locked at the moment. Right, so we have to head up here first. Now, you could run all the way up to the north, but that would be a waste of time because there's absolutely nothing up there. But if we head over here, press the button, and that opens the closest door to us. And then we can head on in there. Well, this door will be unlocked shortly, not too long now. But there's nothing, well, that's the way to go forward eventually. But until then, get some free healing and head into here. Now, there's a bunch of enemies in here, which I will take care of off-screen. Okay, so we finished up. Well, there's 3 enemies in here, including the one right here, which does respawn if you leave the room, but none of the other ones do. If you notice, kind of above me, there is a treasure chest there. As far as I recall, that is the only treasure we get in this room. The rest of it's just trying to get forward. In order to get it, we first must get this, which lowers the thing so that we can get the other thing, and even though I'm going to get the thing, I'm not going to use it, but we might as well get it anyway. Alright, let's throw on fast forward since we move so slowly through this section here. So take that, the first one, and then go west twice. And then take this one down. This is the one that was... Unfortunately, we can't move the screen right now, but that's the one that we fixed earlier. I don't think there's anything on any of the other paths save for this one here. Contains life leech, something I won't be using, but it's there. It does exactly what you would expect it to do. It's basically you deal damage and you leech it back. It, I guess, can be useful, but by the time we get to this point in the game, let's take a quick look at it. I think it's a necklace? No, it's a ring. It's got to be a ring. Yeah. HP drain, yeah. But the thing is, by the time we get to this point, we already have enhanced rings. Enhanced rings are better than almost every other item in the game. There's one item that we can get that I consider better than this. and basically because it allows you to mop the floor with every enemy at at all. There is nothing that can stand up to you at this point. But we don't get that one until after we kill super bosses, so yeah. But yeah, pretty much nothing else we can get is really worthwhile using, in my opinion. But anyway, let's do this thing. This thing's kind of dumb. Basically, if you look at the thing up in the top middle there, then anytime there is a green light lit up, we need to make sure we hit that light. So one in the middle, and basically I'm just going to do this all off screen. Anytime there's a yellow one, like say the top left one there, we'll hit the left one just like so. And once we hit the last of those out, the lights will light up and we'll be able to get through this door. But it takes a bunch of time to do on screen, so... Okay, so as you can see, I have done exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm just going to give you a chance to look at what it looks like. The only one I haven't done over here is this one. And once you've done that, it's all happy and we can get through this door. And we can now enter into this one. Before doing that, you may want to run back to that save point. Okay, all saved up and changed my setup just a little bit. Well, actually quite a bit. Now, normally for any boss fights, we have D kill, C and R if possible. This time, I'm going to avoid them because in my testing, it didn't seem to be a big issue. More the issue was status effects and fire damage. The other thing that the boss can do quite a bit of is physical damage, but this really isn't worth it. In any way is this just not worth it, unfortunately. But anyway, so everyone has D-Fire, Nullify Effect to reduce all the status effects, and Revenge of Our Own, because the boss can use a lot of abilities that have multi-parts to them, so if we have a higher chance of revenging him, he won't get to hit on his second attack. So that's actually rather helpful, and of course we have Sensor on because it actually doesn't really matter for this upcoming boss fight, but it's there. Oh, and I did make one change here. Because Zebulon seems to have such a great ability to miss 90% of her attacks, I have actually swapped out of this one just for this fight, and maybe for another one coming up, where she's going to use this one instead, and hopefully that means she's going to hit more often. We'll see. It's not much weaker than what we had, so hopefully we still do some decent damage with it. Anyway, with that being said, let's go.
What is this place?
It looks like some sort of experimentation ward.
Seems to be an Ormus tradition. Well, that's where the Zohar was. And I bet you we know who this is. Yep.
If you're here, that must mean Pellegrini is dead. You
True.
killed your former love, yet you still live on. I'll compliment your tenacity, Uzuki.
I could say the same to you, Colonel.
Look at the remains of a dream. The final product of human intelligence, human technology that can surpass even God. The end result of desire for forbidden power. The very definition of a nightmare.
You're the one who repeated that nightmare, Colonel.
I too was unable to rise above my human existence. It may have been I who sealed this planet into a nightmare. You could say I was pure. If I'd stopped to think for a moment, it all would have been obvious. But the word martyrdom seduced and clouded my eyes.
Colonel, for that word, your followers believed in you and laid down their own lives. So why are you here? Why are you not beside them?
Uzuki, those who died with their beliefs were the happy ones. But what about me? There's nothing more pathetic than a pet who's been abandoned by his master.
And that's very much what's happened to Margulis. Again, I apply the same explanation I gave with Pellegrini. Neither of these two really have a real reason left to oppose us, other than the fact that they have this love triangle and competition going with Jin. Specifically Margulis with Jin, but Pellegri's there for obvious reasons as well. Well, she was here.
Lacking the strength of the wild, he merely exposes his pitiful form to the world and waits to die. But it is the same for you. Ormus, Vector, the Federation, Miltia. All of them were nothing but actors for the one objective. What does the term People of Zohar mean for us now?
Pretty much nothing.
We're just fools made to dance to a tune of lies.
That's very much what seems to have happened here.
Why do you still fight us if you know that?
Even a fool has his pride.
And this one makes a little more sense than Pellegri. Pellegri, she was always with Margulis, you know, in opposition of Jin. But these two have a competition, whether that's, you know, a friendly competition that went bad or whatever. I'm assuming they were probably greater friends before Margulis betrayed the Federation, when they were serving together. But I think as time's gone on, they've been locked in this conflict for so long, and they can both see the end to it now. So that's kind of a good thing going forward. They can see, well, it's finally going to end. I have nothing left, in Margulis's case, to really live for other than to finish this one final thing. If I win, I win. If not, oh well.
But after being betrayed and rejected by all I've believed in, there is still one thing left for me. You, Uzuki. My showdown with you is the only thing that will not betray me.
You didn't think that I would run?
There's no chance of that. In the end, you and I are both beings who can only express ourselves through strength. You were able to kill Pellegri, and I'm sure that you'll be able to satisfy me as well. Jin Uzuki. As a warrior, and as a man, I will leave my mark upon the world!
One of my favorite boss themes of all time. Probably not the top. I think that would probably go... Oh, it might be in this series. This series has two of, I'd say, my top three favorite final boss themes, or even boss themes in general of all time. It is nuts. I just love this song. Okay, reasons for the cut. My phone was ringing, so I was kind of blanking that out, and it just ran long, so I had to make a cut there. And then the boss fight screwed me over, so re-recording. So first things first, I changed my setup from what I showed you. I removed D-Fire and added D-Anima and D-Kill R because it was much more of a requirement for this fight than I was expecting. Sensor, even though I said it wasn't really required, actually is entirely required. You need it, so make sure you have that. I would definitely come in here with your anima gauges already built up, but I would put them nice critical, very nice. I would put them, I would only use 2 of them and save the other one, and we'll get into why shortly once he decides to use his fancy move, which adds an extra layer to this boss fight. But do be aware that he can use a lot of damage, and he can hurt quite a bit. Just as a comment on the cutscene there, Margulis has this desire to not be forgotten, to have some kind of impact on the world. Personally, I don't understand this one. I understand that people want to be remembered. I don't know why. You're not going to be there, so why does it matter? At least that's my thought on it. But it really, you know, that's entirely my strange opinion on things. Okay, so he's used his armor ability. Now, in order to break said armor ability, we need to use Anima Awakening attacks, special attacks, in order to break it. It doesn't matter what level they are, but as you can see, he's protected from everything right now, so we should use our weakest ones just to cause cracks to form in his armor. I don't think they ever tell you that, but they tell you here, and presumably you're going to be using special attacks in here.
Capable of stopping my sword?
Uh-oh. Time to guard. Yeah, once he goes into Anima mode, he can do shit tons, and that worked out really well. What your special attacks do is they'll make a random element, something he's weak to, instead of something he's strong to. As you can see, Beam is the first one, and Beam is probably the one I want like that the most, because, well, beam damage. Let's see here. I am going to charge with you, and I'm going to use an all repair with you. Once he goes into Anima mode, you really have to be prepared for what he's about to unleash. And usually that happens where your characters just happen to be faster than him, so you'll end up wasting a whole round charging. But that's better than having this attack unleashed on you, because once he starts doing that, you can get in trouble. So usually that does about half. And sometimes he can follow it up by doing the exact same attack on the same person once again, which is really annoying and can lead to one-hit KOs. So kind of be prepared for that. And of course I'm gonna miss. Why wouldn't I miss? Because the game loves me. Hit! Thank you, level 3. Okay. So we want to build up our attacks, but as you can see, none of our attacks are really going to do all that much because he's strong against them. So I'm going to use various different types of attacks, presumably, or preferably ones that actually will hit a little more often than the big ones all the time. In Zebulon's case, we're just going to go for those since that's all she's got. Zebulon, why don't you ever hit things? And I still have protection from status, but apparently that does not protect you from F-Mine. He just uses it so rarely that in my testing, I never noticed. Now there are two ways in order to get rid of that. One is Anima Awakening, the other are items. So as you can see, Anima Awakening, and it's gone. So this is a beam attack, so he's weak against it, so I'm going to use this. And because it's a special attack, it will also cause additional cracks to form in his armor. Come on, fire. Yes! Two types of attacks. I will take it. All right. Ambush? No ambush. Ambush? Ambush!
Please hit!
Of course now you hit, Momo. Jeez. Yeah, the Zebulon doesn't like to hit very often. It's rather unfortunate. Okay. I would like for things to hit enough so that I can build up and get everybody up to level. Oh, this all the way up to level 2. Very nice. Yeah, because if I get him to, say, a third of his HP and then unleash all of my Anima level 3s, I might just be able to kill him. Because he's now weak to the elements. Like, right from the start, if I had used it, it wouldn't have been able to do that. Okay, don't hit her again, don't hit her again. Let me heal, thank you. Having good luck at the moment, don't ruin it. Yeah, basically, once he starts hitting you, just use pretty much anything to heal. It doesn't matter what. All of our items are pretty much dispensable at this point. There's one super boss in mech form, but other than that, this is the final mech fight, and then we're kind of done with our mechs. Unlike Xenogears, where we ended up fighting the final battle with our mechs, this time it's in character form, which I honestly prefer. But yeah, if I can get everyone built up here and do a little more damage to them, then I should be able to unleash all of my other damage with animal level 3s and be able to take him down pretty quickly. But I got to make sure that I'm bringing him all the way down. Otherwise, things can end really badly for you if he's like got like a sliver of HP and you don't have enough. He doesn't have enough HP left to build up to get you another animal level so you can get the extra experience, because he has a good amount of experience. Oh, I should have healed. That's going to bite me in the ass, isn't it? Well, surprisingly not. So let's do a half repair this time. Get a couple more of those in. Hopefully we fill it right up. No, of course not. But yeah, just keep kind of blasting away on him. Now, he will, at certain points, refresh his armor, but he usually only does that when at least 3 of them are, he's weak to 3 elements. Rarely will he do it at that point. Usually once he's weak to 4 elements, then he'll do it. But until then, you're usually pretty good. So just kind of be aware of that. That's why I'm not wasting any lower level ones on him. Or he could make a liar out of me. That works too. That's very unfortunate, because I could have taken him right down. And now he's going to guard too. And miss. Perfect. Okay, so let's do some weak animal level 1s then. Yeah, I guess it's a time based as well. But he doesn't seem to do it nearly as often. Now he's going to give me, like, physical or something like that.
I'll make this our last battle. I know all your pathetic techniques.
Oh. Gotta heal. Okay, so yeah, that unlocked physical. Unfortunately, that doesn't do me any good. So usually I get a second attack in. So, or a second round in, rather. So I'm going to play this a little risky and use you. You have my highest HP, so I'm not as worried. And try and make some more chinks in your armor. Beam or fire, please. Or lightning, that'll work too. And you, I'm going to go straight for the charge. Yeah, I figured I'd get another round. I should have attacked, but I didn't want to be too dangerous. But yeah, make sure you charge before he does these, because ouch! Yeah, see, that's fire-based. If he does that, that's why I was able to protect myself, or why I wanted D-Fire on to protect myself, because that would have made it do half damage. Now, you have to guard in order to survive it. So just kind of be aware of that. He does have another fire-based attack that can deal, I think, about 70 or about a quarter of your HP if you're guarding, and if you're not guarding, you're probably screwed. And that hits all enemies, by the way. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have used animal level 1 to unlock something else, preferably beam or fire. Because ice would not help me at all. Yeah, he can use that. Okay, so we got fire. Now he has quick and balance up. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Now he's going to be super fast. Let's hopefully we... I missed too much on you as is. Yeah, so basically when I choose who's going to do the attacking, really status effects too. When I choose who's going to attack, it's often based on I want to build up anima as fast as possible, especially once you start to unlock or unleash this kind of stuff. I have no way of taking that down or removing his buffs, unfortunately. And once he starts to do this, it's basically impossible to hit him. That's not helping. Let's see if I can actually hit him with something he's weak to. No. I'm going to charge for another round, I think. Yeah, so you're going to charge. And Asher, okay, you're going to charge again. And then I'm going to use the down repair and heal that from you. Ouch! And really, game?
Retreating from combat.
Really? I have to redo this fight now because the Reuben is definitely not prepared for this fight, and that was basically bullshit. And no one can hit him. Yeah, the game, this whole boss fight is just a struggle regardless. As soon as he has balance up, you cannot hit him. It is actually kind of ridiculous, really. Oh wow, I hit him. Maybe that's got a higher hit percentage? I don't know. But I don't seem to be able to hit him with anybody else. At all. Yeah, if Jin's in your party, you'll get some more dialogue. Unfortunately, I really need to hit him so that I can build up so I can just end this fight because it's lasted far longer than it really should. If you get a little bit of luck on your side, the boss fight ends, you know, in the expected amount of time. But unfortunately, if it doesn't, you're going to have a lot of fun with the fight. So let's do a half repair on everybody. And then get some attacks in. And miss. Ow. Okay, and down repair, you need that. And I need to heal again. Yeah. Other than super bosses, it's the final mech fight, so I guess it should be difficult. It's just irritating that it's this annoying. I will end up finishing this again off screen because, ow! That did a lot of damage. Just because I need to get the proper characters in here to get good experience. And I still can't do that. I gotta remove that again. Okay, items. All repair. And if I can hit him with enough missiles, that's not going to build up my anima gauge at all, is it? No, it's not. I was hoping to build up my anima gauge with that since I figured they'd hit, but it hasn't moved. Joy. Well, that sucked. Ow! Jeez. Let's see here. Let's go animal level 1 and do a special attack. Though at this point, he's just going to use his armor again in like 2 turns, and I'm not going to get a chance to kill him. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, so level 3. Use Cerberus. Hopefully we get pretty close to ending him now. And that will make him weak to everything now. Yeah, it's unfortunately not going to help matters. He's just going to re-establish that shield on this turn now. At least I won't get hit, I guess.
I'll send you all to hell!
Oh, Animal Awakening time. Miss is good. Let's see. There we got it. Full, so that's good. And unfortunately, he's not going to get a chance to. So if he decides to hit the Reuben's going to die. And he decided to do that, yeah. If you don't guard, you're dead. Unfortunately, I expected Jin to be a little faster than that. He wasn't. That kind of sucks. Yeah, this is not an easy boss fight by any stretch, and it ends up getting postponed just due to bad luck more than it does anything else. Unfortunately, the game just doesn't want to give you the ability to build up your anima fast enough because you either miss or have to heal every single round, and then he can one-shot your characters, or almost one-shot your characters. And if I had missed there, he probably would have killed me. The unfortunate parts. Okay. If I can get all the way up, there we go. Then on my next turn, use fire, and we should be able to finish him off. Assuming he doesn't use his shield again. If he does that, then screw it. I'm going to re-record this anywhere. Well, I'm going to redo the fight. I'm not going to re-record it. But... no, he didn't. So then animal level 3, and that should be pretty much it. But yeah, nowhere near as solid of a fight as I was hoping to get from him. Yeah, and he gets a death pose as if he's going to say something, but then doesn't. Yeah, so I'm going to redo that fight, and I will see you in a moment. Actually, I'm going to do that off screen. We'll start off the next episode like that, because that boss fight was way too long. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.